The Galactic Council Hall on Zarkon Prime was massive, shaped like a ring of light floating in space. Inside, it was silent, except for the hum of energy flowing through the walls. Delegates from dozens of alien species sat in high, curved seats that rose in rows above the center floor. Kira Thorne stood alone on the central platform. She wore Earth's simple black diplomatic uniform, the blue and green Earth emblem on her left shoulder. Her face was calm, but inside, her thoughts moved fast. She knew this meeting would be different. Earth had been a member of the Galactic Council for 50 years. In that time, humanity had learned, adapted, and advanced. But the Council never saw Earth as an equal. They offered Earth a seat, but never real power. Now Earth had something new, something powerful, and the Council had noticed. Chancellor Vornix, the head of the Council, stepped forward. He was tall, his skin a smooth red with deep ridges along his jaw. His voice, deep and slow, filled the chamber. "Dr. Thorne, the Council is concerned," he said. "There are disturbances near your planet, gravitational spikes, energy waves we have not seen from a world of your level." Kira nodded slightly. "Our scientists are conducting peaceful research. Nothing more. You test boundaries you do not understand," Vornix replied. "If you have developed quantum propulsion, the Council must inspect it. That technology is not to be handled alone." Kira met his gaze. "Earth is not a threat, but we are not your servants. We will not hand over our work without reason." The Council chamber went quiet. Some alien delegates whispered to each other in their native tongues. Others simply stared. Few dared speak to Vornix in this way. Vornix's voice turned colder. "Earth is young. You stand where older civilizations have stood for thousands of years. Do not mistake our patience for weakness, and do not mistake our silence for fear," Kira said firmly. "Earth joined this council in peace, but we will not be bullied." A long pause followed. Then Vornix stepped back, his hands folded behind his back. "Very well, but know this: actions have consequences." The meeting ended without another word. Kira walked slowly out of the chamber. Her boots echoed against the smooth metal floor. Behind her, the council remained seated, watching. Outside the council hall, her assistant Lena waited near a shuttle. She was young, with short black hair and sharp eyes. "What happened in there?" Lena asked as Kira stepped into the shuttle. "They know," Kira said softly. "They just don't know how much." The shuttle rose and flew over the glowing towers of Zarkon Prime. In the distance, massive orbital ships floated above the city like dark shadows. Back at Earth's embassy, Kira entered a secure room and activated a communication link. A hologram of Earth's top science advisor, Dr. Sanjay Malik, appeared. "Kira," he said, "we finished stabilizing the planetary crust. The core is ready. The quantum drive is ready to charge." Kira closed her eyes for a moment. Then she said, "Prepare phase 1. Keep it quiet. We may not have much time." She ended the call and looked out the window. Far beyond the stars, Earth waited, quiet, watching, preparing. Kira whispered to herself, "They still think we're small. Let them think that a little longer." The stars outside the Earth embassy shimmered in silence, but tension filled the halls inside. Dr. Kira Thorne sat alone in the main conference room, reviewing a secure message marked "Top Priority" from Earth's Unified Command. The message was short and clear. Phase 1 stable. Core remains secure. Energy levels within range. All systems ready for Phase 2. Awaiting your signal. She leaned back in her chair, hands folded. There was no time for celebration. They were now at a point of no return. If the Galactic Council found out what Earth was truly doing, they would act swiftly and possibly violently. A soft chime sounded. Her assistant, Lena, entered the room, holding a thin tablet. "It's him," she said. "Vornix, live channel, he's calling directly." Kira stood, adjusted her collar, and walked toward the central screen. It blinked to life, revealing the stern face of Chancellor Vornix. Behind him, the silver and gold flags of the Galactic Council floated in still air. "Dr. Thorne," Vornix said without greeting. "The Council has voted. Earth must surrender its research for inspection. You are to deliver all data, prototypes, and energy readings related to the quantum anomaly detected near your planet. Kira didn't respond right away. Her mind measured every word, every pause in his voice. "You mean our propulsion research," she said simply. Vornix narrowed his eyes. "Call it what you will. It is unstable and unregulated. It is now a matter of interstellar safety. You have 20 Earth hours to comply. And if we do not?" Kira asked. Vornix's voice hardened. "Then Earth will be treated as a rogue planet. Your council seat will be revoked. Trade routes will be cut. A peacekeeping fleet will be dispatched to secure the technology by force." Kira felt a chill, but kept her expression calm. "I will relay your message to Earth's leaders." "No, Dr. Thorne," Vornix said sharply. "You will comply, or Earth will face consequences." The screen went black. Lena stared at it for a moment, then whispered, "He's serious. He's desperate," Kira replied. "They never expected us to catch up." She turned and walked quickly toward the embassy's command center. Earth's future was no longer in negotiation. It was in motion. Back on Earth, deep beneath the Himalayas, a group of engineers and scientists worked in a vast underground facility known only as Arc Station. Massive engines, each the size of a skyscraper, lined the curved walls of the drive chamber. Blue light pulsed from energy cores embedded in the planet's crust. Dr. Sanjay Malik stood at the main control panel, overseeing energy flow. "Core holding steady," he said into his headset. "Kira, we're ready for Phase 2. All systems aligned. Just say the word." Kira's voice came through the channel, clear and steady. "Proceed. Begin silent load. Keep emissions masked. No heat spikes. We need more time." "Understood," Sanjay replied. He tapped a few keys. All across the globe, the engines began to hum. The quantum drive was charging, but it wasn't just power that was building. Pressure, political, emotional, personal, was rising too. Back on Zarkon Prime, Kira sat alone in her quarters, looking out over the alien city. Lena entered quietly. "Should we call for help?" she asked. "Maybe some of the neutral systems will back us." Kira shook her head. "No one will risk crossing the council. We're alone." She stood, her voice quiet but firm. "But we're ready." Outside the embassy, ships from the council's peacekeeping fleet began to arrive. Small scout vessels first, then heavier cruisers. They formed a silent ring around the planet, like wolves surrounding prey. Vornix had made his move. Now, it was Earth's turn. The control room of Arc Station was quiet, except for the soft hum of machines. It was buried deep beneath Earth's surface, hidden inside the Himalayan mountains. Thick steel walls lined with energy insulation surrounded the planet's most important secret, the planetary quantum drive. Dr. Sanjay Malik stood in front of a curved screen, showing Earth's status, crust integrity, core pressure, gravitational field readings. Everything was stable for now. Behind him, teams of engineers worked in silence. Every movement was careful. Every command was double-checked. One mistake could cause a chain reaction deep inside the planet's core. Sanjay tapped into the secure line and called Dr. Kira Thorne on Zarkon Prime. "Kira, we've reached 47% charge. The drive is holding steady," he said. "The crust shields are firm. Energy levels are rising smoothly. Do you want to move forward to Phase 3? Kira's voice came through clearly. "Not yet. Wait until I give the signal. We're still being watched." Outside Earth's atmosphere, Council scout ships drifted like vultures in orbit. Their sensors scanned constantly, but Earth's engineers had found ways to hide their progress. The quantum drive's energy output was scattered, disguised as normal geothermal activity. Still, they couldn't hide forever. Kira stood on the balcony of Earth's embassy, looking up at the Council's fleet. The sky above Zarkon Prime was full of incoming ships. More than a dozen Council destroyers had arrived in the last few hours. Their presence wasn't quiet anymore. It was a threat. Inside, Lena worked quickly at the embassy's communications table. "They're blocking our regular channels now," she said. We can still get messages through the DeepNet relay, but not for long. Send one final message to Earth's governments, Kira ordered. Tell them we're moving forward. They need to prepare. On Earth, Sanjay read the new instructions and began activation procedures for Phase 3. All stations, listen up, he announced over the internal comms. We are now entering pre-ignition phase. Lock down all reactors. Engage magnetic shielding. Across the globe, large underground facilities came to life. Energy surged into the core harnessing rings, massive structures buried beneath the oceans, and deep beneath mountain ranges. Earth itself was becoming a ship. The quantum drive would not move just a city or a vessel. It would move the entire planet. The idea had once been a dream, a backup plan, but now it was real, and it was the only way. Sanjay watched the screens as blue light lit up the drive's outer rings. We've crossed 63%, he said, holding stable. Kira listened from her room on Zarkon Prime. She closed her eyes and let out a slow breath. This is it, she whispered. No more waiting. She turned to Lena. Prepare the final message. I want it sent the moment we ignite. Later that night, Kira stepped into the embassy's private chamber. She stood in front of a recording console and pressed record. This message is for the Galactic Council, she began. Her voice was calm, steady, firm. You have watched us. You have judged us. You offered us peace, but only if we stayed in our place. She paused, then continued. Earth will no longer ask for respect. We will not beg for freedom. We are taking it. We do not need permission. We do not need approval. We are leaving. She stopped the recording and sent it to Lena with one instruction. Send it after ignition. Outside the window, the stars above Zarkon Prime were distant and quiet. But far away, deep beneath Earth's surface, the engines of a planet were beginning to wake. A red warning light pulsed in the sky over Zarkon Prime. It was not natural. It came from the massive Council fleet now surrounding Earth's orbit. Dozens of warships had arrived overnight, their long shadows crossing over satellites and communication hubs. In the Earth Embassy, Dr. Kira Thorne stood in front of a wide screen, watching real-time footage from Earth. Her home planet looked peaceful from space, its blue oceans and green lands calm and quiet. But below the surface, Earth was preparing for something that had never been done before, leaving its own star system. Her assistant, Lena, walked in with tense eyes. They've blocked all outbound transmissions except DeepNet channels. Council warships have taken positions around the moon. They're getting ready. Kira nodded slowly. How long until we reach ignition charge? Dr. Malik reports 82%, Lena said. Planetary shield coils are in place. They're waiting for your command. Kira turned to her console and opened a private channel to Earth. A few seconds later, Dr. Sanjay Malik's face appeared. We're almost there, he said. We can go anytime. But if they hit us before the drive kicks in, we won't survive the stress. Kira understood the risk. The Council didn't just want control. They wanted submission. And now, they were ready to use force. I'll handle it, she said. Be ready to launch. Later that day, the Council security forces called for an emergency summit. All member delegates were summoned, including Kira. She walked into the Grand Council chamber with quiet steps, aware that this could be her last time there. Chancellor Vornix stood at the center, surrounded by the glowing seal of the Council. His expression was cold. Dr. Thorne, he said sharply, Earth has violated the Treaty of Planetary Arms by building an unlicensed mass drive system. This technology threatens the stability of your solar system and nearby trade routes. Kira stayed silent. You are hereby ordered, Vornix continued, to power down your drive systems, submit all research data, and allow a peacekeeping team to land on your planet for full inspection. She met his eyes. No. Gasps rippled through the chamber. You will defy this council, Vornix asked. I will protect Earth's freedom, Kira replied. Vornix leaned forward. Then you leave us no choice. He raised a hand, and a blue hologram appeared. Authorization for force deployment. It was signed by the majority of council members. The chamber went quiet. Kira took one last look around, then turned and walked out without another word. Back at the embassy, Kira contacted Earth. "Sanjay, go now, we're out of time." Sanjay's voice was calm. "Understood." Across Earth's underground drive chambers, alarms sounded. Final ignition protocol was active. "Begin planetary shift sequence," Sanjay ordered. Massive magnetic fields began pushing Earth's core in alignment. The crust held firm under the strain. Energy surged through quantum stabilizers embedded deep beneath the surface. Earth's gravity wavered, but held. In orbit, the council ships noticed. A loud alarm echoed across their decks. Earth's mass signature was changing. The readings made no sense. "What is happening?" a council commander shouted. Earth was moving. From the embassy's rooftop, Kira watched a small Earth hologram showing the planet beginning its slow, invisible drift out of its orbit. Earth wasn't shaking. It wasn't breaking. It was gliding, as if sailing through water. Lena stared in awe. "It's really happening." Kira didn't smile. She knew the danger wasn't over. Council ships were already turning, powering weapons. They had minutes to stop the escape. A screen lit up with an incoming call. It was Vornix. "You're tearing your system apart," he barked. "This is madness. You'll doom your people." Kira responded with steady words. "We gave you a chance to respect us. You chose to control us. Now we walk away." The connection cut. Seconds later, a wave of energy pulsed out from Earth's quantum drive. It pushed the nearest council ships off course, disabling their systems. They floated helplessly in orbit. Earth continued to slide forward, slowly exiting the sun's gravitational pull. The quantum bubble surrounding it shimmered faintly, proof that the planet was leaving its home star. Back in the ARC station, Sanjay reported the final status. "Core stabilized. Path locked. Earth is officially in drift." Kira stood quietly. The first step was complete. There would be no turning back. The stars above Earth looked the same, calm, distant, familiar. But everything below them had changed. Deep beneath the planet's crust, in Arc Station, the engines of the quantum planetary drive roared to life. The sound wasn't loud in the usual sense. It was a deep vibration, like the hum of a heartbeat, steady, powerful, unstoppable. Dr. Sanjay Mullik stood at the main control panel. His hands were still, but sweat formed on his forehead. "All systems are stable," he said into the comms. "Quantum shield is holding. Core stress is within limits." Across the planet, large underground rings pulsed with blue light. Massive stabilizers, buried deep in the oceans, spun slowly as they redirected Earth's momentum. On the surface, nothing looked different. But the planet was moving, not rotating, not orbiting, but actually leaving its solar path. Earth was sailing away from the sun. On Zarkon Prime, alarms blared in the Council's Space Monitoring Center. Technicians scrambled as strange readings flashed across their consoles. Earth's gravity signature has shifted. They've broken solar lock. The planet is moving. Inside the Council's main warship, High Chancellor Vornix watched the data in disbelief. "This isn't possible," he muttered. "No planet can survive such a shift." But it was happening. He ordered his fleet to respond. "Intercept and disable their propulsion field. Do not allow the planet to escape." Dozens of sleek Council ships moved toward Earth. They circled the planet like predators, preparing to strike. On board the Council's lead cruiser, weapons powered up. Energy beams locked on target. But before they could fire, Earth's quantum shield pulsed outward. A wave of energy, silent and invisible, swept through the enemy ships. Systems crashed. Engines failed. Ships drifted, powerless. Back in Arc Station, Sanjay read the new data. Enemy ships disabled. No damage to the shield. He turned to his team and said, "Hold course. Do not engage. Just keep moving." In the Earth Embassy on Zarkon Prime, Dr. Kara Thorne stood in front of the main console. She stared at the live feed of Earth's escape. The planet glowed softly inside a field of shifting light. It was beautiful and strange, like a dream becoming real. Her assistant Lena whispered, We did it. We're actually leaving. Kira nodded slowly. Yes, and they can't stop us. She opened the secure transmission line and sent Earth's final message to the Galactic Council. A hologram of Kira's recorded speech played across every ship and station. To the Council. You have watched us. You judged us. You offered peace, but only if we stayed quiet. Earth chooses freedom. We do not need your approval. We do not need your protection. We do not need your power. We walk away. Do not follow. The message echoed in council chambers, warships, and media hubs across the galaxy. The silence that followed was louder than any threat. Vornix stood still, staring at the message. He knew Earth was gone, not destroyed, not defeated, just gone, and he had no way to reach them. Inside Arc Station, the team confirmed the final jump vector. Next system in range in 17 days, a technician said. Sanjay leaned back and looked at the Earth status display. Gravity normalized, energy output balanced. People across the planet were safe. They felt a slight shift in the air. Nothing dangerous, just different. A gentle pressure in the bones. A feeling that something massive had changed. Kira's voice came through the speakers from Zarkon Prime. Confirmed jump phase. Sanjay smiled slightly. Confirmed. Earth is in motion. The team cheered quietly. There were no explosions, no battles, just movement. A planet-sized act of defiance. Earth had done what no world had done before. It had walked away. The council chambers on Zarkon Prime were quiet. Not a single delegate spoke. The air felt heavier than before, as if the room itself understood something had changed. In the center of the hall, a large screen played Earth's final message again. Dr. Kira Thorne's face filled the room. Her voice was calm but firm. Her words were clear. Earth chooses freedom. We do not need your approval. We walk away. Do not follow. When the message ended, the room stayed silent. High Chancellor Vornix stood alone at the center. His eyes, once filled with power and pride, now showed something else, doubt. He turned to face the council members. You have seen it, he said. A planet has left its place in the stars. We thought we could control them. We were wrong. A delegate from the planet Thesson spoke. You pushed them too hard, Chancellor. Earth warned us, many times. Another delegate added. They asked only for respect. We gave them threats. Vornix's voice grew quiet. We underestimated them. He knew the truth now. Earth was not just a small planet. It was determined, united. And now it was gone. Beyond reach, beyond control. He dismissed the council and walked alone down the hallway. No one stopped him. No one spoke. The silence was louder than any vote. In the streets of Zarkon Prime, news of Earth's escape spread quickly. Giant hollow screens replayed the event. People stopped to watch as Earth's glowing form drifted into subspace, wrapped in shimmering light. Some were shocked, some were afraid, but many were inspired. If Earth can break free, a young alien said to his friend, maybe others can too. Council control, once firm and unquestioned, now showed cracks. At the Earth Embassy, Lena sat by the window, watching ships in the sky. Most of the council fleet had pulled back. The threat was over. Kira stood beside her, still watching the news. Reporters from all over the galaxy were asking the same question. Where is Earth going? Kira answered without looking away. Somewhere they can't follow. Back on Earth, deep in Arc Station, the planet continued its silent journey through subspace. The stars moved slowly in the distance, and the sun, once the center of everything, was now behind them. Dr. Sanjay Malik checked the readings. All systems are holding. The shield is stable. People are adjusting. Life goes on. Above ground, people looked up at the sky and saw different stars. There was fear. Yes, but also hope. The planet wasn't lost. It was free. In her final broadcast from Zarkon Prime, Kira spoke to the people of Earth. We have stepped into the unknown together. We may be alone, but we are not weak. We are not afraid. We are free. And freedom is worth the risk. Then she closed the channel and stepped outside. The embassy was quiet. Now, her mission was complete. The Council had been powerful, but Earth had been brave, and that had made all the difference. Earth drifted through the darkness of space, wrapped in a soft glow of quantum light. The quantum shield protected the planet from the dangers of deep space, cosmic radiation, debris, and extreme cold. Inside the shield, life continued. The sky looked different now. The familiar stars were gone. The sun was no longer their center, but Earth was safe, and Earth was moving. In the Ark station, deep beneath the surface, Dr. Sanjay Malik stood by the main control panel. The readings were clear. The planetary systems were stable. Energy was flowing evenly through the core. Gravity was balanced. The shield held strong. "We're clear," he said. "Trajectory locked. We're entering the outer edge of the Trajan sector in less than 2 days." A young technician looked up. "No signs of pursuit." Sanjay shook his head. "None. They're not coming." Above ground, cities had adapted quickly. People were uncertain at first, but they were also proud. News broadcasts called it the Great Walk. Children learned about the quantum engines at school. Artists painted the stars they now saw. New constellations, new dreams. Every nation on Earth had agreed to the mission. For the first time in history, the world had made a single choice, a united choice: to leave, to be free. On Zarkon Prime, the Earth Embassy stood empty. The Council no longer spoke of Earth in meetings. Some still called it a betrayal. Others called it courage. But no one dared try to follow. High Chancellor Vornik sat alone in his private chambers, watching a recording of Earth's final message again. His hands trembled slightly. He had ruled for decades with strength and control, but he had not seen this coming. "Freedom," he whispered. "They chose it." He looked out at the stars, but Earth was no longer among them. In deep space far from any charted system, Dr. Kara Thorne stood on the bridge of the horizon, a long-range command ship that now orbited Earth. She had left Zarkon Prime behind to join her people. She belonged here, with them. The view outside was stunning. A soft blue planet floating in a sea of darkness, wrapped in gentle light. It didn't look like a weapon. It didn't look like a threat. It looked like hope. Lena joined her on the bridge. "We've received a message," she said. "It's from a small colony on Gliseth. They want to meet, peacefully. They're curious about how we did it." Kara smiled. "Let's send them a reply. Share what we know, but let them make their own choice." She turned back to the window. In the distance a new star system was growing brighter. It was young, warm, full of potential. "We'll reach it in 2 weeks," Lena said. Kara nodded. "That's soon enough." She didn't need to rush. Earth had time now. Time to rest. Time to grow. Time to build a future without chains. As Earth glided toward the new system, no one gave orders from above. No one forced decisions. The people of Earth would choose their path. Together. Not because they had to, but because they could.